Greetings, YouTube. Dr. Charles Goodman has had enough. New policy starting January 1st, 2019. Our office will no longer be seeing patients that do not vaccinate their children. We will vaccinate those who would like to begin the process. However, failure to comply with this policy will result in discharge after January 1st, 2019. We can provide a medical release when a new physician has been found. Due to the overwhelming thorough research of science-based findings, there is a plethora of evidence supporting the positive impact vaccines have on children. As per Dr. Ahmed's professional advice, along with the CDC and WHO, World Health Organization, we strongly discourage any parent from withholding vaccines that undoubtedly help their children. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this policy, please feel free to ask a staff member. Another doctor has posted a sign. Although I respect each person's free choice, I have a bigger responsibility to all of the patients for whom I care for. Because of this, the office no longer accepts new patients who have decided not to immunize their children. And lastly, this one attempts to go for the impact upon a parent that their decisions may hold. Not vaccinating your kids leaves them vulnerable to disease their whole lives. When your daughter gets rubella when pregnant, how are you going to explain that you chose to leave her at risk? What will you say when she calls and tells you that she has cervical cancer because you decided that she wouldn't need the HPV vaccine? What do you tell your son when he breaks the news that he cannot have kids thanks to the mumps that he got as a teenager? And what do you do when you say and what do you say when he gives influenza to his grandma? How do you explain that she won't be coming home from a hospital? Not ever. Do you tell them that you didn't think these diseases were that serious? That you thought that your organic home-cooked food was enough to protect them? Do you say sorry? And I've discussed this topic on numerous occasions on my channel. And the cognitive dissonance going on in here is that if a parent does nothing, they don't give their child a vaccine, and the child gets ill, it's an act of nature or God. It just happened. The parent bears no responsibility in their mind. Whereas if they give their child a vaccine and something mythical and fantastical happens, then they are to blame because they took an action. Their action in their mind is what caused the mythical, fantastical thing to happen. Whereas if they give their child the vaccine in the real world, they will protect them from disease. And not only will they protect their child, but they will protect the community at large. A lot of these people seem to be relying on herd immunity. The problem with that, of course, is enough people don't vaccinate their kids. Herd immunity goes out the fucking window. Herd immunity requires the majority of people to take vaccines. And those that don't do so for obscure, strange religious reasons or for medical reasons. There may be reasons they can't have a vaccine. Or they're from a place where vaccines aren't available and they've just moved here. There are lots of reasons people legitimately don't get vaccines, but very rarely are those people doing it by choice. It seems to only that Westerners have decided that, 100+ years of science should be just thrown out the window because some celebrity told them that vaccines were bad. Or because a medical con man convinced them that they shouldn't vaccinate the way, in a certain manner, so that they would rather vaccinate them in his manner. A con man that actually had his medical license taken away. But he is responsible for hundreds of thousands of people not vaccinating their children. And those actions have led to deaths. And deaths not just of the children not vaccinated, but to other people. Vaccinate your kids. They are safe. And it will help the community be safe. You are protecting your child, and you are protecting the community that they live in. Be a superhero here. You have the power to fight disease. You have the power to eradicate infections, to prevent mass events of death. You can do this. And all you have to do is vaccinate your kids. And if you don't, more and more doctors are going to fire you. And I fully endorse the doctors doing so. Maybe this will cause these parents to wake up and realize just how wrong they are.